Hey you guys, it's Britt. Welcome to a very impromptu video, but we're going to talk about the recent video that the Doherty Dozen put out. I had quite a few thoughts, and I figured since it's so late in the evening, I would do a little skincare and we can just talk about this. Super casual. This is not a proper review or a really long reaction, but I figured that it would be something a little different. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so if you're clicking on this video, chances are you know all about the Doherty Dozen, so I'm not going to go into history on them or anything like that, but I was watching this video that Alicia just put out, and I was pissed off. And before we even get into this video might come off as petty to some of y'all, and that's okay. There are a couple things in my life that I'm very passionate about, and I'm sure as most of y'all can imagine, first and foremost is how animals are treated. I am a dog lover. I am a dog obsessed crazy lady. Don't care. I am completely and utterly obsessed with dogs. And when it comes to being a dog owner, I'm not going to say that it's easy. However, it doesn't take a whole lot of research to do the right thing for your pets. And hold on, I need some damn lip balm. So Alicia put out this video sharing that they were coming back from their New York City trip, and there were, you know, a few things that happened during her content that was filmed in New York that I had a couple of thoughts about. Nothing that was super serious. There are some recent TikToks that she's posted that I had some thoughts about, and I'll share those in another video. But in this vlog where she shares that they came back home, one of the first things that she does when she gets home is go ahead and give the dogs a bath. And first, she's using bath water that, based on how I interpreted this vlog, it was the bath water from the kids. So she says that she got the triplets. The triplets had a bath. She shows washing both of the dogs. And while you don't have to be a dog groomer to give your dog a bath, that's pretty obvious, there are some things that you need to do, and she did the exact opposite, and that's why I got really pissed off, and that's why I'm jumping on this video to talk about it with y'all, because I know if I got pissed off, y'all are going to be pissed off when you see it as well. And so essentially, number one, dirty bath water. Number two, she's using human shampoo on her dogs. And for anyone that wants to say, oh, well, maybe she didn't know. If you don't know, that's what Google is for. As a dog owner, as a parent, as a caregiver, as a barista at Starbucks, like, any one of us has access to Google. It took me 2 seconds to find this information. I Googled, can you use human shampoo on dogs? First answer, no, you should not use human shampoo on dogs, as it can strip their coat of natural oils and cause irritation. If you must use a dog shampoo substitute, opt for something that is gentle and designed for sensitive skin, like baby shampoo. Just make sure it's a very small amount and rinse thoroughly. So obviously this is talking about, God forbid, if your dog gets into something and you don't have time to go to the store, the pet supply store, to buy something that is proper, then a small amount of baby shampoo can be used in emergency situations. I would never even think to use human shampoo on my dogs. It wouldn't even cross my mind. It's lazy, it's foolish, it's uninformed, and it's careless. And on top of it, let's also talk about, hold on, let me put my mask on and we'll continue talking. Okay, and for anyone wondering, I'm using the Fresh Floral Recovery Calming Mask, even skin tone and texture. I've been using this for a couple of months, not even once a week, like maybe every other week, and so far I like it, but it's not, you know, newsworthy or anything like that so far, but that's just my opinion. So moving on, we obviously, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize don't use human shampoo on dogs. Dogs' shampoo is specifically formulated for their hair, their skin, their biological makeup. And on top of it, if y'all want to know what kind of human shampoo she was using freaking Suave, which is, don't get me wrong, if that's what your budget allows for and you use it on yourself, that's fine. But Suave is the absolute cheapest option that you can get at the grocery store. Like their shampoo, I think a couple years ago, last time I took notice, you could get Suave shampoo for like $1.19 a bottle. So it's very abrasive, extremely stripping, not something that is nourishing. And I just couldn't believe, like, she was just dumping this shampoo, like, into her hand, putting it on the dog. She wasn't even really allowing the shampoo to contact the dog's skin, which in this case was probably a good thing. But it was just, like, so haphazard, so half-assed, just like she does so many other things in her life that we've seen. And the dogs are the ones that are going to suffer from this. I hope that they don't have any skin irritation. I hope that their fur doesn't start molting and shutting off because she decided to do something else in her life half-assed where somebody else has to pay for it, not her. So the second part of this entire situation that got me really fired up was the dirty water. So let's talk about that. If we're going off of my interpretation that the kids were bathed in this water before she put the dogs in the bathtub, that's disgusting. That is trifling. That is so just inexcusable. It's gross. It's dirty. It's just not acceptable. And I don't care if that seems petty to some people. I think it's disgusting. So that's the first thing, starting with dirty water. Secondly, she wasn't rinsing them with clean water. Like, you're literally putting them in a dirty tub with dirty water with a shampoo that's going to possibly make half their fur fall off. Like, what is wrong with you? Alicia, what is wrong with you? I really try to give grace and not be too cruel or anything like that. And I know some people think I'm cruel anyway, and that's not what I'm here for tonight. But this, I cannot understand. I think it's absolutely disgusting. Like, that's the only thing that I can think of. And the poor dogs are the ones that are going to have to possibly pay for this lazy ass behavior. So obviously, if you're starting off with dirty water, you're rinsing them off with dirty water. Here is what should have happened. Number one, you don't put a dog in a bathtub with water. You don't let them sit in water because what you're doing is you're trying to get them clean. So everything that's coming off of them should be immediately going down the drain. The easiest thing would have been for her to take the removable shower head that she has in that tub and use that. Don't use the plug. Because again, all of the water should immediately be going down the drain. Use that to get them wet, and then use a proper dog shampoo, and then rinse off the dog shampoo. And I was so pissed off, I'll be honest, I didn't watch the very end of the vlog. I don't know if she gave them a proper dry. This is the other thing. Like, you have to make sure that you're drying your dogs, and leaving them wet can cause fungus to grow on the skin. It can cause a lot of extended issues on top of the issue where she uses, human shampoo. I just don't understand this. It's absolutely insane to me that somebody would do this. Like, you showed it on YouTube. So that tells me that you really don't care. You really didn't take the 5 minutes that it would have taken to look into this. You have 2 dogs. Why don't you have a bottle of dog shampoo in your house? Like, and she's had her one dog for a really long time. So does that mean that this entire time that dog has been cleansed with human shampoo that is $1.19 at, Walmart? Like, I mean, I feel terrible for that dog. I can only imagine the, uncomfortable feeling of having dry skin that has been stripped because of your lazy ass owner. I don't understand this. I could not believe that she actually put that in the vlog and thought that she was doing something. You really think that you're benefiting your dogs by putting them in a dirty tub full of dirty, filthy water, using that dirty, filthy water to rinse them off while you haphazardly, half-assed lather them up with super cheap human shampoo. I've said it before, I hope that nobody's taking any half-serious advice from this woman, because she is absolutely just, she's not even winging it. I don't know what she's doing. She's on her own planet. But I saw this, and I know that a lot of y'all are dog owners or dog lovers that subscribe to my channel, and I really just wanted to talk to y'all about this. I'm annoyed. I've seen so many YouTubers, just during my time of doing commentary, YouTubers being bad pet owners. I don't understand where this crossroads kind of came into existence or why it even happens, but they'll literally like put it out on video and think that it's okay, and sometimes they get called out for stuff and sometimes they don't. Am I surprised by this, considering that she still feeds her dogs cheap store brand kibble? No, not necessarily, but I still think that it should be called out. I just wouldn't even, there could literally, unless it was something that happened at like 2 o'clock in the morning and I had run out of dog shampoo, like there is no way that I would ever use human shampoo on my dogs. And I use some pretty good shampoo on my, on myself, but even that, like, it would have to be something really out of the ordinary for me to even consider it. I just don't get it. I am appalled, and honestly, I'm disgusted, and that might be dramatic to some of y'all, but I think that this is just so dumb. And, on top of it, like, as a dog owner, you have to keep yourself apprised of certain situations. I remember a couple of months ago, there was a dog shampoo brand that had a lawsuit against them, and I figured out that luckily it was a brand that I had never used or considered buying. Like, I knew of it, but I had never bought it, and they had a lawsuit against them for causing skin irritation, and I think one of the dogs ended up like dying because the dog ingested some of the shampoo or something like that. I don't remember. If I can find it, I'll throw a screenshot or post an article in my description box. But if you're going to own pets, like, do better. Give them a better diet. Give them something at least in the middle of the road if you can afford it, and Alicia can definitely afford it. And don't wash them with cheap ass shampoo that could make their fur fall out. And then rinse them with dirty, filthy water. And then one other thing on the subject of her dogs that I noticed is when she picked them up from the boarding place, she kind of allowed the one dog to kind of like roam around in between the driver and the passenger seat, instead of making sure that the dog was actually in a seat before, going home. She could have cut that part out of the vlog, so I will be fair about that. But I just don't think she cares. That's the thing. I don't think she cares. I think that she is so wrapped up in making TikToks and vlogging TSA agents as they, rifle through her son's backpack, who had an electronic at the baggage security place. I think that she's just, everything is content. What's the next TikTok? What's the next thing that we can do? In the same vlog, the last thing that I will mention, and then I will close this video out, is that she got a chocolate bar and a $50 gift card from Wegmans for being one of their top 100 highest spenders. I think it's funny that they sent that to her after she really threw shade at them over the summer and basically said that, like, she didn't like Wegmans, and then she ended up going back to Wegmans, and I just kind of thought it was funny. And again, this flex culture with family vloggers, way to flex on your subscribers that you're one of their highest spending customers when some of your subscribers might not hardly be able to feed their family for, next week. I just don't like this. I don't like when people flex about an abundance of spending. Like, oh, well, I not only buy this, but I'm one of the top customers, and here's my $1,500 receipt. And it's just that kind of thing that I don't like. I'm all here for hauls and, you know, sharing stuff like that. Y'all know this. But with her, it's just like, well, look how much I'm doing. It's an abundance and it's flex culture in a little bit of an indirect way. And as I said before, you don't have to be flexing Lambos and Louis Vuitton bags to be participating in flex culture. So those are my thoughts on this. I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say. I know you're going to be annoyed, pissed off, petty. Look, I'm right there with you. I try to not be petty very often, but I'm going to label this as disgusting because that's exactly what I think it is. And I think that it's haphazard and reckless. And I cannot stand that she is just so careless, and everybody around her, including her dogs, are the ones paying for it. Do better. Educate yourself. Take 5 minutes. Your dogs didn't need a bath. Figure out what the hell you're doing, and then actually go to the pet supply store and buy them something that is not going to make their damn fur fall out, Alicia. That's how I feel about this. I'm fired up. I need to go woosah. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. See you guys soon. Bye.